When I was a kid, I used to see these pictures on TV and in newspapers of black people who had been lynched. And the people who went to these lynchings, and they attended them, went like it was a picnic. Like, hey, bring the kids. We're going to see a black guy gets lynched. Isn't that great? Only they didn't say black guy, as I'm sure you know. And I saw this, and I said to my father once, why do people do this? Why do they just kill people? And my father said, because they're idiots. And I said, well, why don't people stop them? And my father gave me 4 words I never forgot. Because they're scared. Because they are scared. And that's what you have when you watch debates, like the Republican crap-ass shoot last night. Man. None of them went after the leading candidate, Donald Trump. None of them. Oh, they said something about Hunter Biden. They said something about the Democrats. But they wouldn't go after the big dog. They wouldn't say what I would say if I was running as a Republican. He's a convicted sexual offender. He's got 91 indictments against him right now. He was just accused by a judge of tax fraud, which could make him lose all his properties, virtually all his expensive properties, because he overestimated their value and then underestimated it to get out of paying taxes. He did these things. Now, he did all these things. Why don't they go after him? Because they're cowards. They attacked each other. They attacked Joe Biden. And now let's move over to the Republicans who want to impeach Joe Biden. It was pointed out by an NBC reporter that the things they're accusing Joe Biden of happened when Joe Biden was not in office. He wasn't in office in January of that year. He wasn't in office of June that year. He wasn't even in government service. And the idiot who they had conducting this interview for them, the Republicans, well, that's something you have to look into. Blah, 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 blah. Because once again, they are scared. They are doing Trump's bidding. You know, they impeach me, I'll impeach them. I did everything they wanted and I was indicted. That's how that idiot said it. I'm talking about Trump. But none of them went after Trump except Chris Christie, who's at 3%. They attack each other. They go after each other. You know, it's like watching 4 or 5 dogs go after 1 pound of meat. But the meat is not the good meat. The good meat is Donald Trump. And they're scared. Because they're scared they'll offend those no-nuts, those idiots, those brainless fools who vote for Donald Trump. I actually saw something at the Trump rally last night in Michigan. There are people, UAW workers for Trump. Really? You know, that's like when you saw black people at a Trump rally. They were paid to be there. I don't know if those people were actually in the UAW, because being a union member for Trump is like holding up a sign saying Jews for Hitler. I just don't believe it, you know. Or Mensa candidates for Trump. Come on, man. But they're scared. They're scared of defending MAGA. Instead of telling the MAGA people, you are being lied to. Except I've seen MAGA people interviewed by Jordan Klepper. And they go, well, I don't have any facts, but I don't care. Now, you think about that statement. I don't have any facts, but I don't care. Which means you're stupid. Okay? Did you hear me? Stupid. But they don't care. Just like the people who lynched those people don't care. And just like the congressmen and senators who were in office at the time from the South, where all these lynchings happened, and didn't do anything about it. Not because they were scared. They didn't care. They were okay with it. Look at some of the quotes from Republican congressmen and senators from that era, from the South. Champions of segregation. Looking the other way on lynchings. Champions of children being bullied. Champions of people not being able to get jobs. And you think about that. And those cowards have children, and those children are now in Congress. You have Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert and Mark and what's that fool's name? Matt Gaetz. That's who's there. That's the offspring of these idiots. And yet they're being supported by Donald Trump. Because all Donald Trump wants is power. He's not a Republican. He's a Trump. Oh, and by the way, he said he wanted to kill Mark Milley, the Joint Chiefs of Staff General, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Let me give you a little news flash here. Nobody named Trump has ever served in the military. No one. Trump got out of the military because his father hired a doctor to say he had bone spurs. Bone spurs in his ankle. Now, he could play golf, but he couldn't serve in the military. Neither have his sons. Neither had his father. His father was too busy being a mobster's friend. Donald Trump was too busy building buildings with mobster money. That's the legacy of that family. And in a way, that's the legacy of the Republican Party as you see it today. I'm Sam Greenfield. Follow me.